Yes, hello. Yes, sir. It's Wednesday night. Yes, fantasy football night. That's correct. Line is forming to the right. Yeah, both fantasy leagues as well as the Survivor League. Correct. We'll be covering all that, sir. Yeah, some people did look like shit this week. Yeah, there were some that looked all right. We'll get to all that. Yes, ma'am. Mini bars open. It's always open. VIP to the right. Line is to the left, please. Yes, Wednesday night, fantasy football night. Always in season. Hardcore Challenge Live, yes. Commish is in the house, yes, he will be hosting. Yeah, it's not just silver and black tonight.
T-minus 1 minute. T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
The helmet off Rudolph's head and then eventually swings it and hits him in the head.
1, 2, 3, where you not hardcore? Let you live hardcore. And the letter of the rich was way hardcore. Yeah! Now we're rocking.
What's up, Raider Nation fantasy football fans? Yes, I know it said Wednesday, but you know damn well it's Thursday. We had to shift our shows a week due to, I'm sorry, my vacation. My personal life affected my podcast schedule. Damn it. Fuck me for having a life. But it is Thursday. We did have to have our fantasy show this week, so we just shifted everything a day. Did the Raider Nation Report last night. Tonight we will do Hardcore Challenge Live, and I may even still jump over on TikTok for TikTok Thursday. But I don't know if I even want to jump into that shit, should not. But that's I digress. That's not what we're here to talk about tonight. It is Hardcore Challenge Live, the official podcast of the Hardcore Challenge, which of course you all know is the pinnacle of fantasy football competition. Thank you all for joining me. We've got a lot to get into. We are officially halfway through the halfway point of the fantasy football regular season. A 14-game regular season. We are at the midway point. 7 games played. So I was going to unveil the shit list tonight for both the Raider Nation League as well as our big OG league. But I decided I'll wait 1 week. 1 week. So you got 1 week to get your shit together. And maybe, you won't be on the shit list. But tonight, we're going to look at predictions. We're going to look at my predictions from the beginning of the season and see how they're holding up at the midway point. So we will get to that. So we've got a lot to get into. Let's get to it, shall we? Thank you for joining me for a little fantasy football action. Let's get to it. All right, where we at? Game of the week. Let's start with the game of the week from last week, shall we?
Wait a Are you not entertained?
It's time
Is this not why you are here?
for the Hardcore Challenge Game of the Week.
Last week's Game of the Week over in the big league, the OG League, was facing off against the only two new owners in the league, both in the NFC, as Pickett to Pickens gets the victory against Bed Bath and Bijan, knocking them from first place in the NFC. A big win, and this was a solid. It was, as you see on the line graph, man. Pickett to Pickens pretty much held the lead all the way through this. Bed Bath and Bijan was chasing, and they just couldn't close the gap. A solid victory in the first game of the week in Hardcore Challenge action for Pickett to Pickens. Congratulations, Ben. Big victory there. And a loss for Bed Bath and Bijan in their first game of the week. In the Raider Nation League game of the week, we had Raider Richie getting past the black hole for their fourth consecutive win. They got a win last week by way of stat corrections, as several games flip-flopped. I won by way of stat corrections in like a 5-point swing. Both game of the weeks were flip-flopped to stat corrections. Raider Richie won in the game of the week due to stat corrections last week on the defensive side of the ball, and gets a big win this week. Again, this one is in division. 6-point win over the defending champ, Black Hole, as Lions slides to 4-3 with a loss in the game of the week.
Fatality.
That one hurts. You know we don't like that one. Now, we got to look at who the biggest ballers were across the landscape of both leagues.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Yo, check out homeboy.
Biggest baller of the week in the All Raider Nation League, the Canadian Raider with 211 over the Autumn Pirate, who just cannot get their shit together. The only owner out of 52 teams across the Hardcore Challenge landscape that is sitting without a win this season. That ain't good. That ain't good, David. Man. David's just getting sick of eating crow. He's like, I've ate crow every week. Do I have to eat crow again? Is it crow again for dinner? Yes, David. It's crow again for dinner this week. I'm sorry. And you scored 123. Not only did you lose, you got curb stomped. I don't know if you got chiclets left after this one. Both of the winners, both of the big ballers this week were from north of the border. The Canadian Raider in the All Raider Nation League, and Skull Crusher Gary, also a Canadian owner in the OG League, with a 211 as well, as he put it to I Got a Chub, which was just a drubbing basically the whole game as well. Larry and his offensive coordinator / defensive coordinator and his special teams crew that he's got. I don't know how many fucking owners he's got on the squad up there. He's the only guy that's got multiple hands in the pot, and it doesn't seem to be helping this season as Larry drops to 2-5. Skull Crusher's big winner, big baller of the week in the OG League. Now, if you are the big baller of the week as the Canadian Raider was this week in the Raider Nation League, this is tied to flash prizes, and nobody is sending me their address for flash prize number 5, 6, and now number 7. Canadian Raider is up to deck. We're not going to run you down to give you free shit. Part of the game is that you watch the shows and you find out if you win. If you win, you have to send in your address and we will send you free goodies. We always send our free goodies. You got to send us your addresses, though. I'm not going to run you down and send you a message. Hey, we got some free stuff we want to give you. So, Alex, Flash Prize winner number 5. Tyler, Flash Prize winner number 6. And Canadian Raider, Flash Prize winner number 7. Send us your address and we will send you your goodies. It's your last call. All right, moving on. We hit the top. That means we got to hit the bottom. We got to hit the low ballers. The low ballers of the week. Low baller of the week in the All Raider Nation League. Foghorn with a 121.
What? Yo, mama.
Damn. Brutal. And in the big league, Blackout with a 128.
In your face, sucker.
Oh, Spleeve is going down the toilet. He's hanging on to the rim. He's hanging on the rim. He's definitely fucking water swirling around his feet. He's holding on to the rim tight with that one win he's got. And then you're putting up scores like that, Spleeve. See, you should have made a fucking trade. I was trying to set you up with some draft picks. You could have helped your brother out, but no, you got to be fucking greedy. Don't want to trade. No, I tried to give you a second, a third. Come on, man. Come on. Help a brother out. I'm still holding on in my shitty division. Alright, that's enough of fucking begging and pleading. Alright, that's your low ballers for the week. The Survivor League, let's check on the Survivor League. Well, it is down. Hold on, let me refresh this Survivor League screen. There we go, and we'll get his pick up there for this week as he's picked Philly. I'm interested to see how far he can go before he gets one wrong. He will set the new benchmark and that will be the benchmark to reach for future Survivor Leagues. I finished second. I got bumped last week. I went with Buffalo. I knew the Patriots and them always are tight games because they're divisional, but we just seen the Patriots and they looked like ass, and I thought for sure Buffalo, but Buffalo's not even looking spectacular in this fucking game, but it is, I'm out. So Raider Richie, congratulations. He wins it all. He gets the fucking cash booty prize. He gets the autographed Mad Max jersey, and he gets the nice Raider Reaction prize pack to go with it. So congratulations. Damn. Gabe. First initial winner of the Raider Reaction Survivor League. It's our first season doing it. Congratulations. I almost got there, man. I thought that was a solid pick. What are you talking about over here? You talking smack out there, JoJo? What are you talking smack? What do you mean my corrections is wrong about what? What are you talking about? You better have some details out there. All right. JoJo's trying to cash checks, goddammit. All right, let's forget about that guy for a second. Let's get to a spin around the league. Let's go talk about how crappy his fucking team's doing. That'll knock him down a peg. All right, let's start over. Where should we start this week? We always start in the AFC. Damn it, let's start in the NFC this week. Let's start in the NFC of the big league this week, shall we? As we take a spin around the league, pick it to Pickens with 4 straight wins, looking like straight money in the Great White North. One of the 2 new owners coming off that big win in Game of the Week, their first Game of the Week win in the Hardcore Challenge, sitting at 5-2, sole possession. Lucky number 11 hanging right in there with a comeback win this week, sitting at 4-3. And freaking fracking football time, Carol, our only female owner, one of our goats in the league. She loses another one, drops to 3-4. Skull Crusher sitting at 3-4. There's only the 2-game spread there across that division, so it's still anybody's game. Elite East 5-2. It's tight as Take It Deep sitting at 5-2, right with Pack Attack is back. Both of these guys have won championships over the last 3 to 4 seasons. Take It Deep's 1-1. Pack Attack is back as 1-2. Knoxville Assassins, another former champion, sitting right behind them one game back with 2 straight wins. And the Emperor's my son. He cannot get his shit together in this league whatsoever. He is surely going to be on the inception of the shit list next week. That's for sure. It's unfortunate. Look at the class. Hold on. Hold on. Let's just back the truck up right here. And look at the class of the NFC right now. The Renegade Outlaws sitting at a stellar 6-1. They got the stat correction win. Just everything has went his way. And it's the dream season right now for Travis. Can he ride it? Can he ride it? We will see. Look, the second place team has lost 5 straight. The third place team has lost 2 straight. The last place team has lost 2 straight. He's got a 4-game lead. Halfway point. Travis, if you do not win this division, it will be one of the most epic choke jobs in the history of the Hardcore Challenge. You have a 4-game lead at the halfway point. I don't even know if you can fuck this one up, Travis. We're rooting for you. I'm telling you, see, my prediction's going to be good on this one. We'll get to those later. Bed Bath & Beyond, even with the loss, they're still sitting at the tie for first place, but Willie is creeping on the come-up as he's won 3 straight, sitting at 5-2, and has claimed a tie for first place. Bucknuts is on the slide, though, as I've got a Chubb. Both have lost 2 straight. Let's move over to the AFC. In the AFC, Knox Vegas Anarchy sitting in first place in the Great White North at 5-1-1. They're my opponent this week. It's looking like it's going to be a tight game. Bad Company sitting at 5-2. Jake from State Farm has climbed up. He's back. He's irrelevant again for another straight year, and he's in the hunt. Answer to the Master has taken 2 straight losses. Got an insane stat correction. Lost like 5 points against me and lost that game in a shootout. And he's lost another one as he's fallen back a little bit. The Stone Ponies, Ryan, with 2 big wins, has jumped up and claimed this somewhat weak division as Emmett, who has lost 3 straight. Bison Broncos has lost 1. And the Blackout at 1-6. Holding on to the rim. Spleeve's going to be on the inception of the shit list as well. I mean, we think we can call it at this point. But this, we've got a new sole possession there. And right now, the only undefeated team, man, in all of the Hardcore Challenge, out of all 52 teams. All of the Raider Nation League, the 20 owners in there, and as well as the 32 owners in the big league. The only undefeated team. You got to give them props, man. Bleeding Green sitting at 7-0. Stinky Pinky right behind him with another win, sitting at 4-2-1. Got that tie in the stat corrections and then got a win, so they've climbed back in it. King Salami has fallen off the pace, though, a little bit at 4-3 with 2 losses. And under the influence, Matt is climbing back in it with 2 straight wins. He's looking good. Climbing back up. Now, my division down here, the Dirty South, and it's getting dirty. Getting dirty in the Dirty South of the AFC. As we got Bucka Raider, All-Pro Afro, and the Raw Dog Nation right there, who started out 0-4 and have crawled up 3 straight wins to get back into a tie for first place in this fucking division that is upside down this season. This has been one of the strongest divisions over the last 3-4 years in the league, and it is absolute in disarray, and it's great for me because my team's clicking now, and we're hitting on all cylinders. As you see, I'm the highest scoring team in my division, so I need that win. I need that win, Kevin. I need it more than you. You just lay down. Tell you guys take the week off, man. Take the week off. Hook a brother up. I need that win. I need that dub. All right, moving over to the Raider League. That's enough begging. All right, maybe a little more begging. But, if you want to make a last-minute move, I won't say anything. Canadian Raider 6-1 in the Great White North. They were the biggest baller of them all. Send me your address, brother, so I can get you some goodies sent up your way. Pay that extra fucking shipping that they fucking rate me on every time I gotta send shit to Canada. But that's alright. I do it because I fucking love y'all just the same, even though you live above the goddamn border and they like to rate me on shipping. Fucking Mounties. Raider Richie sitting at 5-2. 4 straight wins. 3 straight wins for Canadian Raider. Raider Richie staying 1 game back. 2 straight Game of the Week wins. Sax Defenders sitting at 4-3 with a win. Black Hole drops to 4-3 with a loss. And Foghorn don't know what the fuck they're doing at losing 4 straight. They ain't got a clue. 1. Maximum Effort sitting at 5-2. Has won 1. The Death Dealers, though, at 4-3, have crawled up, won 3 straight, and are sitting 1 game back in the Elite East. Jimmy G Spotter Bust has lost 2 straight, falling off the pace, as Let Me See Him TDs is also falling off at 3-4. And the Autumn Pirate, the only winless team out of 52 fucking teams in the Hardcore Challenge landscape, just can't get it together. Can't get it together. God damn, David. God damn. And he's out there scoring 123 points this week. So not only is he, I don't even know what to say at this point. I don't know what to say. Grasping at straws is probably an understatement. That might be a compliment. The 76 Raiders. Danielle, our only female owner in the league, is kicking ass and fucking taking names with a 6-game winning streak, sitting at 6-1. Raider Nation 8, Big Game James has fallen off with a loss, sliding down 2 games back at 4-3, and the rest of the division is just in disarray. Raider Warlocks losing 2 at 2-5. She Likes My Woodson finally gets a win, but still sitting at 2-5. And the Haywood Gang sitting at 2-5 has dropped 5 straight, and they got a possibility. A few of these guys of being on the shit list starting out next week for the Raider Nation League. And in the Dirty South, the Raw Dog Nation also sitting in a tie for first place over here. Got it, sitting in a tie for first place in both fucking leagues. I'm loving it right now at the halfway point. But this one, I got a much stronger team sitting at 5-2, have won 4 straight. One Nation tied with me there. Bryant bounces back after losing 2 straight games to me, gets a win, and he's at 5-2. He's tied with me, but not really, because I swept his ass. So that means if it comes down to a tiebreaker, I own that tiebreaker. He's got to one-up me to outright steal this division from me. The Hit Squad, though, Dino down here is looking solid with 3 straight wins. He's 1 game back of Bryant and myself. And the Maulers, I'm playing them this week. They've lost 3 straight, and I'm trying to put him over the edge. I don't care that he's my son. There's no fucking mercy in fantasy football. And the Savage Wolf Pack, JoJo, sitting at 2-5, takes another L. It's getting close. It's getting close. Almost. Oh. Shit happens. I know shit happens, Roland. But damn, 205 to 144. Whew. That's a lot of shit happening right there. I'm sorry, brother. Listen, Justin Jefferson, you've had a rough season. Hate to kick a man when I'm down, but when else should I kick you? Except when you're down. Moving on. Cold-hearted. Fantasy football's not for the weak. I still don't see what his score was. Hold on. What's JoJo over here chirping about his damn score? What's JoJo chirping about his score? JoJo is 101. Oh, damn, I did fuck up. Oh, I see. Oh, Jesus. Hold on. Well, let me give you recognition. JoJo, I'm sorry. How did I miss that? You were the lowest baller of them all with a 101. Good Lord. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, man. Wow. I would have let that one slide, JoJo. Fuck, good Lord. All right. let's have some fun, shall we? It's the midway point of the season. We got one more segment left. We will hit the game of the weeks for next week, and my predictions for those right quick on the way out the door. I'm telling you, trades are tough. Trades are tough. And the big league, it's like that too. They're shrewd. You got to come hard to the hole. This is what I'll say about trades, because I always get trades pulled off every year. But I gotta go hard to the hole. And like the trades I put out last week, I went for a couple top running backs. I threw out, and this is in the big league where we trade draft picks. I threw out a second and a third, another top running back, and I think I even threw something else in there as well. You got to come hard to the hole. It's hard in the Raider League because we don't have draft picks, so it's hard to trade talent, to get talent, and be able to come out ahead. It's tough. That's why you got to draft well. But see, listen. When I'm trading, that's how I do it. I go to Messenger. I go straight to Messenger. I'll send a trade, and I'll usually follow it up with a message and say, "Hey, I sent you a trade. If you don't like it, let me know if you'd like to trade. If not, I'll move along, and I won't bug you." And that's the end of it. And usually they'll be like, "No, I'm kind of interested. Well, maybe if I do this," I'm like, "All right, well," and then I'll talk it out in the Messenger, and then we'll go back and we'll fucking put the trade through. That's usually how I do it. You kind of got to be a fucking salesman. I'm sorry, but you have to. But that's being a general manager. I mean, that's being a hardcore challenge owner. You got to hustle it. Like last year, I mean, shit, I went to be get the first overall pick because I wanted the first overall pick in the big league. I traded a first, second, and third, and a first for the following year to jump up and get that pick because I wanted it, and I was coming back from a playoff year, and I thought that would help put me over the top. It didn't work out for shit, but go hard to the hole, man. Go hard to the hole. That's the only thing I can say. Predictions. I just wanted to let's start with the Raider Nation League, and we'll do the Hardcore Challenge League last because there's more owners in it. We had predictions at the beginning of the season, how I thought the owners would do after our drafts, after keepers locked in the big league, all of that happened. And let's see what we got. Let's see what we had compared to what we got. Let me get the Raider Nation League pulled up here an extra screen so I can compare. There we go. Let's see where we're at with what we had projected. All right. In the Great White North, we had let's start out with the Great White North. I had Black Hole winning it. Currently, the Canadian Raiders sitting at 6-1 in first place. Black Hole sitting at tied for fourth at 4-3. So maybe they're still not out of it. So that one's still fair. Now in the Elite East, I completely fucking blew this one. Because he talked so much shit that I thought he kind of had to half-ass know what he was doing. But I completely blew this prediction. I had the Autumn Pirate winning the Elite East, and they're currently the only team without a win out of all 52 owners. So, yeah, fucking blew that one. Pretty sure they're not going to win that fucking division. Now, in the Wild West, I had Raider Nation 8, Big Game James, who's currently sitting at 4-3 in second, right behind Danielle and the 6-1 76 Raiders. So, that one's not too bad of a prediction, so that one's still possible. And then I had myself, the Raw Dog Nation, winning the Dirty South, and right now I'm sitting at 5-2. Well, owner of the tiebreaker, and in first place in the Dirty South, so that was not looking so bad. I had the wild card as Sax Offenders, although me and his mouth didn't mesh well, so unfortunately I don't think he's going to end up being the team we quite thought he would be this season. So that one's probably not going to work out. The Raider Warlords, I don't think they're going to make the wild card. Not with where they're currently sitting at 2-5, losing 2 straight. That one's not looking good. And I had Sax Offenders winning it all, and that one's obviously not going to. That one's not going to pan out. That one's not going to pan out. So, and then of course, I predicted the dumpster fire. Now, I didn't do so good predicting the top of the Raider Nation League, but I came pretty goddamn close to picking the fucking bottom, because Foghorn's sitting at 1-6, and they're hot garbage right now. Hot fucking garbage. So, they're definitely a dumpster fire. So my dumpster fire prediction wasn't too far off. Let's look at the Hardcore Challenge Big League, shall we? And see where my predictions were and where they currently line up with what we got. Let's look here. Let me get another tab pulled open for the NFC. Sorry, I've already got my game of the week set up, so I don't want to fuck them up. Didn't think about having this open for comparing. There we go. All right, and let's see, where are we at here? Where are we at? In the Great White North of the AFC, I had Knox Vegas Anarchy, and I had freaking fracking football time. Knox Vegas Anarchy is sitting in first place at 5-5-1 in the AFC, and freaking fracking football time is sitting at 3-4, tied for third/last in their division. So Carol's, you're not making me look very good with my prediction, Carol. Come on, you're gonna have to pick it up. But she's sitting at 3-4, only a couple games out, so it's still doable. You can still make me look good by the end of this, Carol. In the Elite East, Emmett Who I picked in the AFC. Currently, they're sitting at second at 3-4, only one game out of the 4-3 leading Stone Ponies, who's leading that division. And I picked the Emperors in the NFC. Man, I blew that one. Craven was really looking good last season and then kind of dived off at the end, but man, he's not even in the conversation this season as he's sitting at 1-6. He looks like fucking hot garbage, unfortunately. So, yeah, that's not good. It's always crappy when you got to talk about your son's fantasy football team. But he's not looking good, is what it is. In the Wild West, I picked Stinky Pinky for the AFC, and he's sitting at 4-2-1. He's in the conversation 2.5 games back, but he's chasing the only undefeated team, Bleeding Green, right now, and that's making it rough. But still, this one still could come to fruition. Donkey Punch in the NFC is playing like absolute shit. They're sitting at 2-5, have lost 2 straight, and Renegade Outlaws already has a 4-game lead over everybody else in that division. He's running away with everything. So that one, I completely fucking missed on that one. All Pro Afro is tied for first right now in the Dirty South in a 3-way tie, so that one could still come to fruition. And Bucknuts has fallen off. They're sitting 3-4, 2 games out, tied for third/last in the Dirty South. So that one's not looking real good. Answer the Master at Wild Card, that one still looks possible, as well as in the NFC, the Wild Card number 1. I had myself picked for Wild Card, which that still is possible. And Renegade Outlaws, also, hell, they can look like they win the fucking division. So those are all possible as well. I picked All Pro Afro to win the AFC. I picked Bucknuts to win the NFC. Neither one of these teams are looking strong at this point. Both have losing records, so that's not looking real good. And All Pro Afro to win it all is not looking real great either. Dumpster Fire. He just grabbed sole possession of his division this week in the Elite East with a 4-3. So my dumpster fire is not looking real great either with the Stone Ponies. So I was a little all over the map. I did hit a few. I hit quite a few actually. But I was off on a few as well, which is I would say I hit more than I missed though. So it was fair. I just thought it'd be fun to take a little spin and see where we were at. We'll touch on it again maybe at the end of the season to see how it shakes out. Let's hit our game of the weeks and let's get the hell out of here, shall we?
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
It's time
Is this not why you are here?
for the Hardcore Challenge Game of the Week.
In the All Raider Nation League, Tyler is creeping on the fucking come up. in the division as he is sitting at 4-3 in the Elite East of the All Raider Nation League. Maximum Effort, Sean, is sitting at 5-2. The interesting spin on this matchup, this divisional, and these guys have played once already, and the Death Dealers has already handed Maximum Effort a loss. So if Tyler gets his fourth straight win, and he can beat Sean in the game of the week, he will sweep Maximum Effort, tie him for first place, basically taking first place because he owns the tiebreaker then as well, making things extra hard on Sean to win this division. So this is a big damn game right here for game of the week. You got Tua against fucking Tyrod Taylor. There's a quarterback matchup everybody's going to be talking about. Definitely the running back matchup with Kamara and Pacheco over Dillon and Johnson, who's questionable. As you can look at the projections there, it's not even close. The wide receivers, he's got some gamers here though at wide receiver, solid guys, and the defensive side of the ball is also loaded up as well. So it's going to be an interesting game. You see the projections, it comes down to a fucking arrow point right there. The projections are tight. You got 171.76 to 171.50. So it is basically picked to be a tie right now. This is going to be a very, very tight game of the week and a lot on the fucking line as Tyler can get the season sweep early and make things really hard on Sean. In the OG League, the big league, Bed Bath & Bijan, one of our two new owners, lost in the game of the week last week, and I'm putting it back in the game of the week this week because this one's a big one. You got 5-2. He's sitting in first place against Take It Deep, also in first place, sitting at 5-2 in the Elite East. Both of these guys, and you see the projections, 174 to 180. It's projected to be a very, very close, high-scoring game. You've got Tua in this one as well. Tua in both of the games of the weeks going up against Kirk Cousins. You've got solid running backs on Take It Deep side of the ball. It's one of their strengths with Christian McCaffrey and Kareem Hunt. Solid wide receivers. Both of these guys got solid rosters. That's why they're sitting at fucking 5-2. Can Bed Bath & Bijan, can Joshua bounce back from his game of the week loss last week? I think last week I forgot to pick a winner in one of these games. In this one, I'm picking Take It Deep. I'm sorry. I'm picking the new guy to lose two in a row. In the game of the week in the All Raider Nation League. It is what it is. And hold on, let's keep to a complete blank. And my prediction, come on, you're not starting Tyrod? Well, I didn't assume so, but I can only go with what's there. So it'll be interesting to see how that one shakes out. Both of these games are big. So in the All Raider Nation League, I got to pick a winner in it as well. The Death Dealers. Let's go back. Hold on a second. Let's go back. Let's take a peek at you. I got to pick a winner here. I got to pick a winner. Maximum Effort. It's off to a solid start. I'll try not to look at that. I'm going to say the Death Dealers, man. I'm going to go with the hot hand. I'm going with the hot hand. We'll go with the hot hand. You've won 4 straight. We'll see if you can do it again. That's all we got for you. That's it. We ran long tonight because I wanted to do the predictions, but it's all right. Hey, make sure you fill out your teams, man. Make sure you play your teams. It's the only thing, the key rule of playing in this fantasy football league. And it is only respectful to the other owners who put their time into the league. If you don't want to put your time in, dude, really, to put a fantasy football roster together and just field a fucking team a week takes no time at all a week. If you want to put a bunch of time in and actually really game and get into the nuts and bolts and all of that, yes, you can spend a lot of time on it, but you don't have to spend a lot of time on it. So to say that you didn't have time to fill out your fantasy football roster, unless you were in the fucking ER on a fucking drip with them watching your fucking pulse, come on, really? Fill out your fucking team. You asked to be in the league. You paid to be in the league. Give the other owners the respect of filling out your fucking roster. Because fact of the matter is, we're in the second half of the season. It's a playoff push. And teams not only need wins, but they need other teams to lose. So when teams are laying down and giving out free fucking W's like it's fucking Halloween, like you're fucking Oprah, and one for you and one for you, then, no, that's bullshit. That ruins the integrity of the league, and we will not have it. And if I see owners going down the stretch who are not playing their team because they're out, guess what? You will not be invited back to play again. You're blacklisted, basically. If you get put out one fucking time in one of our leagues, you're never going to get back in. Ever. 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 You got to play your fucking team. You can't tank and say no. And listen, we've had owners in the big league too, and I've had to come and be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Listen, man, and they'll show me, look, I'm making moves, I'm doing this, I'm having horrible fucking luck, but I'm not trying to fucking lose. I'm not tanking on purpose. My team just sucks. Like David's team. There are guys that just have bad luck, but, we will come and be like, hey, we don't hand out free W's here. And if you hand out free W's, we'll take the team back and remove you from the league, and we'll ghost owner the thing. And as you see, we got one team that's a ghost owner right now, and they grabbed a W this week. Because even under auto assist, they'll fucking prop up a team and put it out there every week. That's all you got to do. And you can still hit. And that team will still hit and be a competitive team and not hand out W's. And can hand a team a loss when you need them to lose. So it's all about the integrity of the league. That's why the big league is as good as it is, because we had 30 returning owners this year. Everybody fucking plays. Everybody knows the rules, and everybody's there all the way to the end. Because they're playing to the end. They understand there's implications for next season with draft picks and how things finish out and all of that shit. And if you want to stay in the Raider Nation League, you got to follow that suit. You got to follow suit. Because we're planning to move this up to a keeper league within the next year or two and make it just like the big league, where you can carry a core team year to year, where you'll be able to trade draft picks, and it makes it much more like owning your own franchise, and it makes it a whole hell of a lot more fun. And we want to step it up, but we have to have solid, competent owners, and we got to have 20 of them before we can make that step. We've at least got to have 18 of them before we can make that step and be shuffling around trying to find the last couple golden nuggets. I would say right now in this league of 20, there's probably 16 to 18 that should move on, but there's a couple that probably shouldn't. And we'll broach that next season when they think they may want to get back in. And we won't let them. But it's up to you. You don't have to be the best. You just got to play your team, man. Play your team, and that's all. That is what makes a fantasy football league the best. And I don't want to have to police the league to the extent that I should have to at some points. The league should police itself because everybody knows the rules and everybody does the right thing. We have a rules committee. We comb the leagues. We look at everything, and stuff slips by because we don't fine-tooth comb everything. It's a little bit on the honor system. Why? Because I know the other owners are watching too. And trust me, I get messages all the time. So-and-so's got a fucking guy in IR. So-and-so's got a fucking illegal roster. I get them all the time, man. Trust me, there are more fucking eyes watching than you think. So if your shit's fucked up, somebody's going to call you on it. So just play your team. I know this is the time of the season when you may be out of it. Your shit's in the toilet. But play the spoiler. Do the best you can. And ride it out. And hopefully you can do better next season. Because we'd like to have you back next season. but you got to play. And you got to prove that you need to be an owner in the Hardcore Challenge Fantasy Football Leagues. And like I said, I would say probably 16 to 18 of the guys in the league have proved that. A lot of you guys are already returning owners. You know, and even though some of you don't know what the fuck you're doing, at least you participate. And that's the key thing. That's really it. It's all about a game, man. And it's like playing any fucking game, any board game or anything in the world. If you're going to sit down and play the motherfucker, you want to play with people who are going to participate, not people that aren't going to be paying attention. They're going to be on their phones. They're going to be reading a fucking magazine. They're going to be having offside conversations. No, you want them to sit down and play the fucking game. That's all. If you're going to play the game, sit down and play the motherfucking game. That's all we want. That's all any of us wants. Nobody's twisting your arm. You don't want to play the motherfucker, don't play it. But if you're here to play the game. Don't hand out free W's. This ain't the Oprah show. This ain't Halloween. This ain't no trick-or-treating around here. Thank you all for joining me for another edition. We got long-winded tonight, but hey, we got a lot to talk about. It was the mid-season report, wrap-up, whatever the fuck. Good luck down the stretch. I'm thrilled. I'm tied for first in both of the leagues right now. Both my fantasy football team is healthy and clicking on all cylinders. Knock on wood. Let's fucking knock again. God damn it, for both of them. Fuck. I don't want the wheels to fall off there. But I'm doing all right. And I hope your team's doing all right as well. Good luck to the rest of you down the stretch, except for those of you that are playing me this week. Until next time, I'm out, fantasy football fans. Peace, love, Raider Nation.